The series that's here, the work has all been pre-planned in that these fabrics and these were all garments from children that my mom would care for, and so I had just a pile of lots of girl clothes and a few pieces of boy clothes, and then someone donated some fabrics that would have been put in landfills for reupholstering sofas, and so this idea of the domestic space and things that would have lived in the domestic space becomes the material choices that I have. Oftentimes I'm playing with skin tones, very much like a painter would, and I'm taking a lot of the principles of painting in how we're placing fabrics to create tonal value. So in each area I have maybe about 3 or 4 different garments that create, say, a cheek and the head and everything that happens in a face, and you start to see how things can get rounded and have depth. And then in contrast, the areas that are printed, some of them I have a layer of full fabric constructed face, and then I'm printing on top of it. Each piece is a separate block that I'm almost using like huge stamps. And so in the areas that I'm printing on these figures, it is to stamp the skin as one that is of color, someone that is of dark skin tone or medium skin tone, considered black. You come into a space, you readily see my skin, and maybe you may not comment, but yes, visually it's there. And so I constantly like to discuss that and how that plays in society, especially in the care workspace, how often it's a lot of Jamaican, Caribbean women that are doing this work, and also people of Hispanic descent. Feels like it's conceptually holding all the narratives of the domestic space and what people use, the things that people use, the brands people associate with, because I mean we all know that care work it's expensive. You know, it takes a lot to care for kids, especially now. And so when one is able to afford to pay for a nanny that is in home, and then also have very prestigious brands of certain products, you know that they're in a certain space in society, and so there's all these connotations that comes with that. There's class, there's a lot there, and so it describes some components of who these individuals may be. I'm constantly thinking about one's space in society, one's identity, specifically my mom's identity here coming from Jamaica and fully developed Jamaica and coming to the United States, and the shifting of culture that comes in that. I'm thinking a lot about the negotiations that she makes in this place that is a domestic space, but then also a place of work.